Hello, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live tonight across YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. And tonight I bring to you the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final, where it'll be Honduras taking on Mexico instead of what I and many others hoped for, which would have been the U.S. versus Mexico. But of course, the U.S. fell to Honduras in the semifinals, failing to qualify for the Olympics for the third cycle in a row. This game taking place at Estadio Akron in Zapopan, Mexico. And both of these teams, we know, are heading to Japan this summer. The two semifinal winners of this tournament punch their tickets to Tokyo. It's a quick 48-hour turnaround. So a lot of tired legs, and we're seeing a lot of rotation on both sides, Honduras and Mexico. Still should be an entertaining game tonight. Mexico, the ones expected to take care of business and win. Honduras, though, looking to surprise more people with what would be quite the upset. And why not for Honduras? They beat the U.S. yesterday. On Sunday, they'll have the belief that they can beat Mexico tonight. And off we go. We're underway in the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final. Although we know both of these teams will be going to Japan this summer for the Olympics, there's still a trophy up for grabs. The winner will be crowned CONCACAF Olympic qualifying champions. It's Honduras in white going from left to right in this first half. Mexico in their black kit going from right to left in the second half. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And as much as it pains me that it's not the U.S. Playing in this final, it is what it is. Let's get to the Honduras lineup. Guidi in goal, Decas, Garcia, Maldonado, and Melendez at the back. Then in the middle, it's Rodriguez, Arriaga, Rosales, and Argueta. And then it's Palma and Martinez up top for the Hondurans. Meanwhile, Mexico's starting 11 looks like this. Jurado in goal, as we've seen throughout the tournament. So 4-2-3-1 formation. Mallorca, Sepulveda, Vasquez, and Mozo on defense. Then in the midfield, the two holding mids, Aguirre and Cervantes. The rest of the midfield, Angulo, Rodriguez, and Alvarado. And then up top, it is Jose Juan Macias, who hasn't been, great this tournament. There was a lot of hype surrounding JJ Macias coming into the tournament. We'll see if he can find the back of the net tonight. And this should be a pretty good final between two of the best teams in CONCACAF, and that's why they are facing each other in the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final. Here's Mexico with an early chance. Cut to the near post, headed clear by Honduras. Mexico win it back. Into the box is Arriaga. Here's the cross to the penalty spot. The glancing header just goes wide. Roberto Alvarado with an early chance, but he cannot put it away. What's going on, Shane? Welcome in to the broadcast. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Shane. I mean, it's not really, the manager's fault necessarily for the roster that the U.S. had for these Olympic qualifiers. I think overall, just the whole federation was arrogant. I agree. It would have been a lot better to see Pulisic and Gio Reyna, among others, playing in an Olympic qualifier rather than a friendly against Northern Ireland, as you say. I mean, the reason they weren't with the U23 team for the Olympic qualifiers was because since the Olympics aren't a FIFA sanctioned tournament, the clubs have the ability to keep their players. So that's what they did in the case of, pretty much all of the European players for the U.S., even though they were eligible to play with that team, because this qualifying tournament did start before the international break. And so that's the main reason why. With that being said, though, they certainly could have made a bargain. They could have, I feel like they could have definitely made some negotiations with the clubs there. And, Honduras, for example, they have a guy playing in Serie A, and they made a deal with the club saying, we'll wait. Honduras said to the players' club, we'll be fine with waiting until you guys, a player last game before the international break, and then he came down to Mexico just in time for that semifinal against the U.S., one of the best players on that roster. So it's not like, those players that we're referencing, like Pulisic and Reina, would have to play the whole tournament. That wasn't the case. They could have come, midway through and finished playing with their clubs until the international break, and then came down for that all-important semifinal. I think the U.S. thought they could get it done with this group of young MLS players, and it backfired on them. And if they really, want to take the Olympics as seriously as they should, then that's not the way to go. And they prove that to themselves in this tournament. So yeah, very frustrating, Shane, but it is a good question. A lot of people are talking about, the team selected and could they have done more? They certainly could have. Obviously they were restricted in a sense, but all teams were at the end of the day. And some teams, worked around that and made negotiations with some clubs players. And even within MLS, like Atlanta United didn't let Robinson and Ebo Bisse, who would have been, very impactful for that team. Atlanta held their players back, and I thought U.S. Soccer had a good relationship, with MLS clubs and stuff. So I feel like they didn't really, U.S. Soccer, they didn't go as far as they could have when it came to trying to put together the best team for those Olympic qualifiers. I think they were arrogant. They came in thinking they could get it done with that group of players, and they proved to be completely wrong. So, yeah, Sunday was not a good day. Yeah, it's frustrating that's not the U.S. Having a rematch with Mexico tonight, and it's frustrating that the U.S. failed to make the Olympics for the third consecutive cycle. They've got to learn at some point, as that's a foul committed by Carlos Rodriguez. Free kick on the way for Honduras. The call going against Rodriguez. Honduras, got to give them credit. They certainly showed up against the United States 2 days ago down the road at Estadio Jalisco. They knew what was at stake, and they've now made 3 straight Olympics, the exact opposite of the U.S. And second consecutive time that Honduras were the ones to beat the U.S. in that winner-take-all Olympic qualifier. Mexico with it at the back. Here's Mayorga. Despite Mexico making the Olympics after beating Canada 2-0 on Sunday, that's an expectation. You could just see the way they reacted after the final whistle of that game. Yeah, they were a little bit happy, you could tell. I mean, they made the Olympics after all, but you could tell that, it's an expectation. There's absolutely no excuse for Mexico. They have no choice but to qualify for the Olympics, whereas the U.S. just have trouble doing that. Mexico's goal is to get a medal, at the Olympics. Oh, nice play here. The pullback not on target. And now Honduras drifting ahead the other way. 8 minutes played. No score in this CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final. And for Mexico, yes, they've qualified for Tokyo, but the job's not finished in these qualifiers. They are expected to win it all. And I can guarantee you there'll be questions raised if they don't get the job done tonight, even though this is not nearly as big of a game, not even close to as big of a game as the semifinal was for both of these teams on Sunday. That was the all-important one. but they're still playing for a championship tonight. A look at the nations involved in the last 4 Olympics, including Tokyo 2020. Sorry, it's the last 4 times. That includes Honduras out of CONCACAF, Brazil out of CONMEBOL, and both Japan and South Korea out of the AFC. So those 4 teams have made the last 4 Olympics. Sorry, I was 1 year under for Honduras, so that's quite impressive. And this in Mexico as well, they won the whole thing back in London 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. But they beat Brazil, who had Neymar on the team then, in the final. So these are 2 countries who are used to playing in the Olympics for men's soccer, unlike the United States, and in Mexico's case, having success at the Olympics. So this is just the start for both of these programs. They'll be heading to Japan this summer. That's a nice steal in a dangerous area. Here come Mexico on the attack. Driven ball in, and Garcia's there to cut it out. It will be a Mexico corner kick on the way. Garcia had a real solid game against the United States on Sunday evening. And here comes the set piece for Mexico. First corner of the game. It'll be Carlos Rodriguez to take it. Rodriguez ready for the outswinging delivery, but before he does that, the referee sorting things out in the box. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on as the official has a word. And now we're ready for the delivery. Early chance for Mexico. 10 minutes in. Looking for Macias, but it's headed away by Arriaga. Cervantes regained possession for Mexico. Here's Alvarado. Alvarado can't slip the pass through, and now it's back with Honduras. This is Rodriguez. Takes multiple deflections off of Rodriguez last, and Mexico do win a throw-in. Here is Alejandro Mayorga, the left back. Now switching fields is Johan Vasquez. Macias lays it back. Mexico very patient in possession at the moment. Now it's Vasquez. Once more, it's Angulo. And that'll be a foul. Following through with the challenge was Christopher Melendez as he took out it appeared, can't quite tell who it was. Yeah, left stud showing, no doubt about it. Oh, it was Angulo. Angulo fouled on the play, and a free kick on the way for Mexico. A reminder that Liga MX action continues Saturday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Late night, Monterrey takes on Atlético San Luis. Atlético San Luis surprisingly doing well. That'll definitely be a good game, a challenge for Monterrey. This ball headed down, and on the attempted clearance by Rosales, it deflects off of a Mexican player, out for a Honduras goal kick. Honduras led by head coach Miguel Falero and Jaime Lozano in charge of Mexico. No score, 13 and a half minutes played in Zapopan, Mexico, a suburb of Guadalajara. The entire tournament held at this stadium and Estadio Jalisco right down the road in Guadalajara. A very quick tournament it was. It started 2 Thursdays ago and now concluding here tonight. Just 12 days, the entire tournament. Here's the long throw, and it's a threatening one in the end. It was eventually grabbed by Jurado, the goalkeeper of Mexico. But it was certainly put into a very dangerous area by Melendez. Yeah, that was a very long throw. The first bounce was just outside the 6-yard box, and Jurado quickly came out alert to make the save, or else that could have ended in disaster for Mexico. And there's the foul called against Johan Vasquez. Quarter hour in, no score in Mexico. These two teams each won their respective groups. Mexico came on top of Group A, and Honduras on top of Group B. And then those all-important semifinals, it was Honduras who beat the U.S., Mexico defeating Canada. And that's why those two teams are going to Tokyo this summer and meeting right now in the final. It's a short free kick. Now clipped ahead by Maldonado. And over the end line it goes. Trying to chase it down was Carlos Ramos. Couldn't quite get there. And it's a goal kick. Yeah, Honduras definitely making their country proud by qualifying for yet another Olympics. The country going through some tough times right now, especially amid COVID. And the coach, Miguel Falero, said just that. You know, it's great considering the tough times the country's going through to make them proud by qualifying for the Olympics. But the job's not done, he said. They would like to win it all. And who wouldn't? Rodriguez plays it back, and now it's with Decas. Down the left wing. Not quite the pass that Rodriguez was seeking. The pressure is certainly on El Tri for this one. You know, Mexico are expected to win this whole qualifying tournament. And it would be considered a failure if they didn't. Even though they've already qualified for the Olympics, the expectations are even higher. They want to win it all. They're expected to win it all. Honduras, meanwhile, sure, they themselves have the belief that they can win it all. But from the outsiders' perspective, perhaps this is a team that's under the radar, even heading into that game against the U.S. And Honduras certainly proved that they're the real deal by knocking out the U.S. Here's a Honduras throw-in on the near side. Christopher Melendez will take it. It's definitely interesting how, you know, the format of this tournament was, you know, for the last two games in the semifinals and final. Just 1 day in between games, a quick turnaround. And after the fouls called against Honduras, a bit of chippiness ensues. A bit of a shove from Argueta, and then the left hand going right across the face of Johan Vasquez, and he took no exception to that, Vasquez. But the referee did well to take immediate control of the situation. Vasquez will take the free kick. We all know about how the semifinal went between the U.S. and Honduras. Mexico, on the other hand, their semifinal against Canada wasn't maybe as straightforward as they hoped for. A nice fake by Jurado to get away from danger as he passes it out wide. Here's some pressure from Honduras. Mexico advanced the ball across midfield. That will sell out for a throw-in. It's a bit of a frustrating game until the second half for Mexico. They were held scoreless at the break. At halftime, it was still 0-0. Canada were certainly clinging on to some hope, but then a mistake from the goalkeeper, Pantemis, led to Mexico's first goal. Mexico were all over Canada, particularly in that second half, and there was no turning back after that. Mexico would go on to win 2-0 and take care of business as expected. Oh, nice pass. Macias with a cross in, and that's cut out, headed away, but Honduras lose possession once more. Here is Alan Cervantes floating one in to the far post, but it's just beyond the reach of Roberto Alvarado, and it will be a Honduras goal kick. 20 minutes played, no score between Honduras and Mexico. Well, Mexico really haven't tested the keeper of Honduras, Guidi, that much so far. That could change, though, very shortly, because Mexico have certainly had more of the possession. As this will go out for a Mexico throw. Taken by Vasquez. Now here is Rodriguez. Rodriguez switching fields. It'll be chased down and kept in play on the far side. Into the box now is Alvarado, defended by Garcia. Alvarado lays it back, and the cross is beyond everyone. Controlled on the near side by Argueta. And now switching the point of attack is Arriaga. That opens up some space down the left flank for Honduras. Heavy first touch and a giveaway in the middle for Honduras. Played out wide by Angulo. Now it's back with Johan Vasquez. Streaking forward. And holding it at the edge of the box is Cervantes. Cervantes to Carlos Rodriguez. Is it a foul? Yes, indeed. Free kick on the way. Rosales taking down Rodriguez. Yeah, no doubt about it. Despite this, of course, being under 23, this is a Mexico team who have a lot of players who not only start with big clubs in Liga MX, but also are very impactful with their respective clubs. And so, you know, let's make no mistake about it. These are professional players at the end of the day. I suppose it's categorized as a youth tournament. I disagree with that. I think U23, U20s and below, yeah, you can call that a youth tournament, but U23, you know, these are professional players at the end of the day. And we're seeing that particularly with Mexico. This is a group of, you know, guys who have experience playing with big clubs on the big stage in Liga MX. That shot deflected. Second chance. The strike is blocked. It was Rodriguez with a chance. Now maybe a second opportunity for Mexico. They will reset here. Here is Aguirre, and Aguirre runs into traffic, stolen away. And maybe Honduras can spark a chance on the counter. Here is Edwin Rodriguez. And now all the way back to one of the center backs, Garcia. He'll find Maldonado. No score in Zapopan. Here's a good through ball. The flag remains down. Here's maybe a chance for Honduras. The attempted cross, though, by Melendez is blocked. And here come Mexico the other way. Hitting the brakes is Angulo. Bit of pressure applied by Carlos Ramos. It will go out for a Mexican throw-in. Yeah, well, Mexico with their best chance yet at the other end of the pitch just a minute ago. The original shot blocked, and then Rodriguez had a second, or rather, the original shot took a deflection, and then the second chance for Rodriguez blocked in front. Honduras have a very solid defense. We saw that against the U.S. The one goal for the United States came on an unbelievable strike from Jackson Ewell that was way outside the box. But when it comes to trying to decipher this Honduras back line, it's not easy to do. You're not going to walk it into the back of the net. I can assure you that much. Honduras will force you to settle for shots from outside the 18-yard box. Here's a steal, and now a strike from midfield as Luis Palmo is trying to catch. Or rather, it was Arriaga who was trying to catch Jurado off guard, but that did not faze Jurado one bit, and the shot well off the mark in the end. Not quite what Arriaga was seeking. 25 minutes played, 0-0 between Honduras and Mexico. It's the final of the CONCACAF Olympic qualifiers. Maldonado, meanwhile, down. He's in quite a bit of agony, clutching his right ankle, it appears. Let's see another look at this. He went up for the header. The ball just over his head. And then, oh, yeah. Man. He just completely landed on that right ankle in a way that your ankle is not supposed to turn. Oh, and all that weight going down on his ankle as well. You hate to see this. And he knew right away that it was something serious. That did not look good at all. Wow. He went up. He went way up for that header and fell from pretty high up. And all his impact, the whole impact of his body landed on that right ankle. I'd be surprised if he'll be able to continue. A reminder, the CONCACAF Gold Cup is on the way this summer, July 10th to August 1st. I will definitely be on the call for plenty of Gold Cup games. It begins right when the Euros conclude. It will be a busy summer of soccer, and I can't wait for it. As you hate to see it, but the injury here does look pretty significant as Maldonado's in a lot of pain and he's stretchered off. It definitely seems like quite a significant injury. And so we will see who replaces Maldonado. Yeah, right when I saw, one look at the replay, I knew that was that was something real serious. That's when you land like that on your ankle. My goodness. Hopefully he doesn't miss a lot of time, but I have the feeling he will. Miss a couple of weeks of action for club soccer, of course. I don't want to come to any conclusions though, but that did seem like quite a serious injury for Maldonado. And I'll let you know who replaced him as soon as I find out. I don't know if a change was made yet. Honduras might be playing down a man momentarily. Yeah, they were. So now the change will come. And it will be Melendez, the other Melendez, to replace him. So now we have two Melendezes at the back. as Maldonado exits on a stretcher with his hands on his face. That's the look of a player that's distraught, and you just hate to see an injury like that. No score yet. About a half hour played in Mexico. Mexico looking for that breakthrough goal. That's taken away by Garcia. Laid back by Palma, but the pass off target. And Mexico take it right back. Here is Eric Aguirre. Half an hour in, 0-0. Oh, nice ball movement here. Mexico into the box. The driven cross blocked and taken away by Decas. Great defending by the left back for Honduras. And now it's cleared downfield. Honduras do win a throw-in. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. It's a quick throw-in taken here. Honduras in the attacking third. 15 minutes left in the opening 45. Here is Rosales. Now back with Rosales again. That pass cut out by Sepulveda. And Mexico will take it into Honduras half of the pitch and now slow it down. Here's Aguirre. We'll be interested to see. I'm interested to see, what team Mexico brings to the to Japan this summer for the Olympics. Will it be a lot of these players, or will it be changed up a bit? I believe 5 players that have been with Mexico during this international break with the senior team in Europe for the friendlies they had against Wales and Costa Rica are eligible to play for Mexico in the Olympics this summer. But we'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting. I think we'll see a lot of these players this summer in Tokyo. It's Chris Melendez who heads it out of play. A throw in now for Johan Vasquez. Vasquez gets the pass back, but now it's stolen in the corner. Shielded by Arriaga, and he won the free kick. How about a nutmeg? About a half minute to go from Carlos Rodriguez. Mexico just really haven't had the execution they have been trying to find in the attacking third of the pitch. This is what Honduras do to you. They don't make it easy for their opponents. They're a very, very, very solid and disciplined team on defense. And we'll see, what the loss of Maldonado does for this team. We'll see if it affects them at all. After he had to come off with what looked like a very bad-looking ankle injury about 5 minutes ago. This is played back to Jose Garcia. Now it's Arriaga. Across the back line for Melendez, his first touch. And that's a steal in the middle. Driving forward is J.J. Macias. Macias runs into traffic. And it's stolen away by Melendez. Yeah, Macias has had a pretty quiet, qualifying Olympic qualifying tournament here in Mexico. Angulo ahead for Rodriguez, but Melendez does a nice job shielding that ball out of play. And it will be a goal kick for Mexico. There are fans in attendance, as we've seen throughout the tournament, at a limited capacity, of course, due to COVID-19. But there are fans. There is an atmosphere. And with this tournament being held in Mexico, the Mexican fans have certainly shown out well to all the Mexico games this tournament. As that goal kick does take a deflection, it will be a throw-in for Honduras. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the opening half of play. No score in this CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final. A trophy on the line as these two CONCACAF foes square off to conclude this tournament. Both these teams will be heading to Tokyo this summer for the Olympics, courtesy of their semifinal wins against the U.S. and Canada, respectively. This Honduras throw will be taken by Chris Melendez. And that ball headed out. It's controlled by Aguirre. One back, though, by Arriaga. Mexico quickly recover and clear to midfield, but it's back in the possession of the Hondurans, 35 minutes in. That ball up the middle, given away. All the way back with the Mexican keeper in Sebastian Jurado. The possession, 65-35% in favor of Mexico. Seems about right based on how these first 35 minutes have played out. Here's a through ball. It's a good one. And a one-time strike into the side netting from J.J. Macias. That's about the closest Mexico have come. It's always going to be a really difficult skill for Macias to take this off the bounce. And interestingly, went for the near post, which Guidi appeared to have covered. Fourth shot of the game for Mexico. Honduras have had just one of their own. And we're still scoreless in the final of CONCACAF Olympic qualifying. Well, the MLB season is right around the corner, folks. Saturday at 4 Eastern time, the Atlanta Braves take on the Philadelphia Phillies. Then at 8, should be a good one when the Los Angeles Dodgers take on the Colorado Rockies. Take that back. Rockies are going to be garbage this year, but nonetheless, the Dodgers certainly will be one of the favorites after winning the World Series last year. So it's exciting when the MLB season gets underway. That was an awkward landing there for J.J. Macias. He landed on his right shoulder awkwardly, it appeared. And this is a concern here for Mexico. I do plan to be on the call for the Red Sox season opener on Thursday. They play in the afternoon against Baltimore. So I'll see how many innings I can be on the call for after school. But I plan on covering Boston season opener. As you guys know, I'm a big-time Boston sports fan, so I will definitely be calling quite a number of Red Sox games this season. At least I plan to. There's 162 to choose from, so there'll be plenty of opportunities. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, look at some of the possible overage players that Honduras could utilize for the Olympics this summer. Lopez is one of them. I'll get to that list later as we've got an opportunity here. Offsides called against Honduras. Yep, the run just couldn't be timed perfectly. And just offsides in the end was Rosales. But yeah, in the Olympics, for those of you who are not familiar for men's soccer, it is a under 23 competition. However, you're allowed to have 3 overage players. So if you'd like, you are able to have 3 players 23 and older to take part in the Olympics and be a part of the team. So some teams, take advantage of that, and some teams don't. They just decide to keep it all U23. As a foul is called against Mexico, we are closing in on halftime, about 6+ minutes away. This free kick right at midfield, 0-0 in the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final. And there's a little shove from behind. Free kick awarded as Rodriguez went down for Honduras. And so here comes the free kick. About 40 minutes in, delivered to the edge of the box, headed away, but not cleared by Mexico. Here is Rosales. Rosales floats one in. And that's good defending there as it's shielded out of play. And Martinez could not get there. Great work by Johan Vasquez of Mexico. 5 minutes to play in the half. Will it be 0-0 heading into the break, or will either side manage to grab a goal late in this first half and set the tone for the rest of this final? A goal kick taken by Jurado. And that goes off the shoulder of Macias, who does appear to be all right after that awkward fall, by the way. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to be anything that serious. High arcing throw in from Garcia. Fought for it in the midfield and eventually controlled by Carlos Rodriguez. Here is Alan Mozo, the right back for Mexico. And that's lost in the middle by Carlos Rodriguez. A nice first touch by Martinez, who is absolutely rolling down the middle of the pitch. But nice work by Jurado, who came out to the edge of his box to prevent Martinez from getting on the end of that ball. Here's a chance for Mexico. The cutback, though, right to Guidi, who could not firmly control it at first, but quickly swallowed up the rebound before Macias could get to it. Mexico certainly threatening on this chance. And yeah, I don't know how that got away from Guidi. Looked like a rather routine save. Just slippery hands, and the cutback came from Jesus Angulo. Yeah, going back to that chance for Martinez at the other end for Honduras. Great defending in the end by Johan Vasquez. As I said, just able to shield Martinez away from that ball and give Jurado the chance to come out and handle that ball. Here's the Honduras throw-in. Melendez will take it. Coming up at halftime, I'll give you a recap of the first half, and I'll go over the top 3 goals of this tournament over the past 2 weeks. You won't want to miss that. I know for sure Jackson Ewells has to be in there. I can't think off the top of my head the other two. We'll see. We'll see. It remains a mystery. Here's Chris Melendez. Melendez has a little bit of space. He's still going. Taken down at the edge of the box. A free kick has been awarded. And what a chance here for Honduras. An opportunity that they certainly will look to take advantage of. Yeah, just coming in late was Mayorga. Easy call for the referee. No doubt about it. And so here comes the set piece just outside of the box. 2 minutes to play in the opening half. This is certainly a good opportunity. There's no doubt about it. 2 yards out of the box or so. 20 yards from goal is where this free kick will take place. as Mexico get their wall set up. They have 4 on the wall. Alvarado, Sepulveda, Macias among them. And it's Joseph Rosales standing over it for Honduras, as well as Palma. It's Rosales over the bar. He had no problem getting it over the wall, but couldn't get any dip on it. And it's a chance gone to waste for Honduras. A minute now remaining in the first half. There shouldn't be all that much stoppage time, although we did have that Maldonado injury earlier on. So we might have a couple minutes, maybe 3, we'll see, as the goal kick is sent straight out of play by Jurado. And this throw-in will be taken by Chris Melendez. Honduras do win the throw, as we are seconds away from first half stoppage time. We'll see how much will be tacked on to the end of the first 45 minutes. We will have 2 minutes of first half stoppage time. So there's the answer as the board is raised by the 4th official. And it will be Melendez to take this throw-in. Sent into the box. Cleared away by Mexico. But unable to control was Macias as he stumbled out of play. And it will stay in the possession of Honduras. They've certainly come to play, Honduras. Not making life easy for Mexico in this one. Throwing down the line. Off of Vasquez. Once more a throw-in, this time 10 yards further up, excuse me. It'll be Melendez with the throw-in. Sends it towards the corner flag. And it'll be a foul against Rodriguez, who was double-teamed in some trouble near the corner flag. A minute to play in the half. Unless Mexico can create a chance at the other end quickly, it will be a scoreless game after 45 minutes in Zapopan. It will be Jurado to take this free kick. Everyone upfield for Mexico. Half minute to play in the half. It's headed by Macias. Knocked away out of the possession of Macias. Does go out for a Mexico throw-in. But Honduras certainly gaining some confidence because, the longer the score remains this way, the more confidence Honduras will have that they can get the result they're seeking and pull off the upset. A trophy at stake in the final of the CONCACAF Olympic qualifiers. Here come Honduras. Is there one last chance for them? No, it's cut out by the left back, Alejandro Mayorga, and there's the halftime whistle. So after 45 minutes of play, there's no score between Honduras and Mexico in the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final between the two teams that will be representing CONCACAF in Tokyo this summer for the Olympics. After the break, I will be recapping the first half and reviewing the tournament that's been over the past couple weeks in Mexico. Top 3 goals will also be on the way. 0-0 halfway through in Zapopan. The halftime report is next. Stay tuned. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. A reminder that Major League Soccer opening weekend is just around the corner, April 16th at 9:30 Eastern Time. Seattle takes on Minnesota. Then on the 17th at 5:30, LAFC takes on expansion side Austin FC. And on the 18th at 5:30 as well as the defending champs Columbus taking on the Philadelphia Union. What a great opening weekend it should be in MLS. I'm certainly looking forward to the MLS season, and I have high hopes for my New England Revolution after they made it to the Eastern Conference final last year. See what they can do this season. I'll be interested. I'll certainly be interested to see how it pans out, and I'll be interested to see how Austin does as a new team. And overall, just a lot of excitement surrounding the season because it's going to be a full season now after the weirdness of what last season was. But focusing on this game here between Honduras and Mexico, going over some first half highlights. There was an opportunity early on, the glancing header sent wide by Alvarado. Then in the 23rd minute, Rodriguez had a chance, which was blocked. Fast forward to the 36th minute, Mexico with another chance. They had plenty of them in these opening 45 minutes. It was Macias with the left-footed strike on the half volley, but into the side netting, not able to put it on frame, and Mexico just unable to execute in the final third. That's why it's still scoreless in this CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final. Coming up after the break, I'll go over the top 3 goals of the tournament. Can assure you won't want to miss that. Welcome back, everybody. League MX action continues this weekend, Saturday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, when Maximiliano Meza and Monterrey take on Nicolas Abanez and Club Atlético de San Luis. Should be a good one this weekend in Liga MX. As I promised, we now go to the top 3 goals of the tournament. And the first one goes to Honduras' own Douglas Martinez, a diving header in the game against El Salvador. That's number 3. And at number 2, of course, Jackson Ewell against Honduras for the United States on Sunday. Unfortunately, that was the only bright spot of the game for the U.S. in that semifinal. And number 1 goes to Sebastian Cordova of Mexico. What a goal this was, mainly because of the team effort. Chested down by Rodriguez into the path of Cordova. A nice finish. I don't know if that should be ahead of Ewell, though, to be honest. Look at the 2020 men's CONCACAF Olympic qualifying top scorers. Cordova is in the lead with 4. Antuna also on Mexico in second with 3. Darixan Vuelto of Honduras is tied for third with 2. Leal, Buchanan, Perez, Dotson, Ewell, all with 2 goals as well. Tied for third on that list. But as long as things stay the way they are, it will be Sebastian Cordova finishing the tournament with the most goals. All to play for in the second half. A title up for grabs. It's the final of the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying. And it's Honduras 0, Mexico 0. After 45 minutes of play, the final 45 are coming up after the break. Welcome back in. A reminder, everybody, that the CONCACAF Champions League gets underway a week from tonight. April 6th, Marathon takes on Portland. Alajuelense faces Atlanta. Arcay against Cruz Azul. Then on the 7th, Saprissa against Philadelphia. Leon takes on Toronto. Olympia against Club America. And then on the 8th, 2 more games in the CONCACAF Champions League. Some great games to look forward to as we're ready for the start of the second half between Honduras and Mexico. No score between the two sides after the first 45 minutes. Will that change here in the second 45? We shall see. The winner will be crowned CONCACAF Olympic qualifying champions. And both of these teams will be heading to Tokyo this summer for the Olympics after their semifinal wins. Mexico in all black. The second half will be going from left to right. Honduras in all white, going from right to left in the second half. Mexico kick it off, and we are underway in the second half from Estadio Akron in Zapopan, Mexico, just outside of Guadalajara. Here we go. No score yet. We'll see what the second half has in store for us. In with the challenge there was Kevin Arriaga, for Honduras. And here's Jose Garcia. Garcia ahead for Edwin Rodriguez. That ball did head out of play. It will be a throw-in. A Honduras substitution was made, by the way, at halftime. Argueta coming off, and he's been replaced by Reyes. Antuna has also come on for Carlos Rodriguez on the Mexican side. So Uriel Antuna into the game. He's had a nice tournament. As I mentioned, 3 goals. Second place in the Golden Boot race behind his teammate Cordova in this tournament. Oh, there's a nice steal. It's picked up by Antuna. Now it's with Charlie Alvarado. Back out wide. Cross sent in. And it will be a corner kick. Last off of Arriaga. And a chance here for Mexico to pounce early on in the second half. Here's the in-swinging delivery. Sent away. Now controlled by Cervantes. Cervantes lays it out wide for Alvarado. Alvarado, edge of the box. The effort was blocked, and now here come Honduras perhaps on the counterattack. Although it's a nice recovery by Johan Vasquez, who comes in to intervene. It will be out for a Honduras throw-in, but it's a chance for Mexico to recover and get back on defense. It will be Decas to take this Honduras throw. He'll go down the line, and no luck there, as Martinez was knocked off the ball, and it will trickle over the end line for a Mexico goal kick. 0-0, just underway in the second half of action. Here's a long ball sent forward. The header from Garcia wins Honduras back possession, but that's lost shortly thereafter. In the middle, it's Roberto Alvarado. That's another steal. Here come Honduras. That's a poor pass taken away by Antuna. He's got fresh legs on the pitch. The substitute for Mexico. Here's Antuna dancing on the ball. The last touch gets away. Knocked out of play, and will stay with Mexico. A throw-in on this near side. And it's sent down the line, but it didn't get to Antuna before it went back out of play. You don't see a a throw-in go directly out of bounds often. That's a rarity. Especially at the professional level. Looks like Rosales was going at it a bit. Yeah, reminder of the top scorers in CONCACAF men's Olympic qualifying. Sebastian Cordova leading that category with 4, but his teammate Uriel Antuna right behind him with 3. 6 players tied for third with 2 goals. And Antuna on the pitch right now. It looks like Cordova is not going to play tonight. So perhaps Antuna can tie his teammate at the top of the Golden Boot standings or overtake him with 2. You never know. Five minutes into the second half, 0-0, Honduras, Mexico, the final of a CONCACAF Olympic qualifying. Here is Vasquez. And Vasquez gets it back. Pass into Macias. Oh, Angulo couldn't stay with it. Tripped in the end, and it's cleared out by Honduras. Headed back their way. An awkward header popped into the air by Rosales. Back to help out is Rodriguez for Honduras. He goes up the line, but it's given right to Mexico. Possession regained by the captain, Aguirre. Now all the way back with Gilberto Sepulveda. Now it's Angulo. That's poked away. It will go out for a Mexico throw-in. Mexico have won their last 15 CONCACAF Olympic qualifying matches, by the way. Their last loss came in 2008 against Guatemala, a 2-1 defeat. That's how far you have to go back. In the last 3 qualifying competitions, Mexico, including this one, have gone unbeaten, trying to keep that streak alive tonight. This is controlled at the edge of the box. Here's Macias. Left-footed strike is blocked. Still alive, though. Across to the other side. Couldn't make it. Suedo Antuna. Headed away by Melendez. Quick throw and taken by Mexico. Here is Alvarado. Dangerous pass, and it could not be saved by Vasquez. Long ball sent towards Martinez. But back to recover is Sepulveda. He'll tap it back for Jurado, who sends it well across midfield. Once again, it's Honduras back with it. It's Arriaga. Now in the middle with Edwin Rodriguez. Here is Reyes, the substitute. A chance here on the turn. Same mate on the original shot. Now it's back out with Rosales. His strike saved with the left hand of Jurado. And for the first time, Honduras posing a real threat. Back-to-back nice saves made by Jurado, the keeper for Mexico. Now that's brilliant goalkeeping by the keeper of Mexico. And this is the first corner of the game for Honduras. 53 minutes played. Both teams looking for the breakthrough goal. Here's an in-swinger. Head into the air, and now towards the goal by Melendez, but it's nothing but a routine save for Jurado. And quickly at the other end, the punt made its way all the way to the keeper, Alex Guiti, who was able to get there and roll it out. But here come Mexico. Oh, a nice challenge and a clean one. The steal in the midfield by Honduras. Here they come on the counter. Leading the way is Jose Reyes. Now it's Rodriguez. Rodriguez under some pressure from Macias. Gets out of pressure by finding Decas. Now Rosales. In the middle, it's Reyes. Lost by Palma in the end. But that pass out of the reach of Alvarado. Mexico losing possession of the ball a bit too easily. And now making the run here for Honduras is Reyes. The flag stays down. Reyes onside. The setup here. The shot by Martinez blocked. But Honduras are inching closer and closer to that opening goal, it feels like. 10 minutes played in the second half. No score. Martinez. Wide. Here's Melendez. And he will win a corner. Last touched by Angulo. Another set piece for Honduras. It's incredible how all of a sudden Honduras are creating chances left and right. And there might be another one on the way here. It will be Reyes to take the corner. He plays it short. Reyes gets the return ball. Still with it. Oh, it's knocked away. Well done on defense. Great work, in fact, by Johan Vasquez, who's been spectacular all night. That through ball nearly got through. It escaped Garcia, but back to help out was Melendez. And in the end, no panic for Honduras. Here is Joseph Rosales. Now Edwin Rodriguez. Wide for Luis Palma, who scored the second goal against the U.S. That's given away. And a foul called. Macias goes down for Mexico. And a free kick on the way for Mexico. Yeah, I think, the start of the second half has been real interesting. Mexico seemed to be losing control of the game a bit, as Mexico will make their second change of this game. And coming out will be Alvarado, replaced by Sebastian Cordova. So there is Cordova. He does come on. He's been spectacular this tournament, the Club America man. "57 minutes played. Here comes the Mexico free kick. Sepulveda looking for Antuna, but Honduras back with it, and they will win a throw-in. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of this broadcast. Greatly appreciated, as always, guys. Hope you are enjoying. It pains me as a U.S. fan that it's not the U.S. in this game taking on Mexico, and that it's Honduras instead. But, I've had a good time commentating this tournament. Didn't want to, just because my team wasn't in the final, didn't want to, ditch the rest of the tournament. I stick through with my word, and no, I'm fine. I like doing it. I've enjoyed commentating this tournament, even though my team, the U.S., failed at the end of the day. Obviously, I'm very angry about that, but that won't stop me from calling the rest of the tournament. Here's Honduras once more. Reyes will switch it to the far side, finding Kervin Arriaga. Now it's played into Rodriguez. We are closing in on the hour mark, and still no goals in this one. It's the final of the CONCACAF Men's Olympic qualifiers. And a poor pass out wide. It escapes the foot of Decas. Yeah, both teams haven't been able to get in any real rhythm so far in this game. It's not like there's been a ton of chances for either side. There has been a few. Rosales keeps possession for Honduras. Nice move. The strike to the near post is saved by Jurado. He got down quickly to make the stop. What a chance, though, for Honduras once more. Jurado made the nice save in the end, getting down quick enough, and we have reached 60 minutes of play. 0-0 between Honduras and Mexico. No goals through 60 minutes. We'll see what the last 30 have in store. I'm sure more substitutions will be made in the next quarter hour or so. Jurado will roll it out wide for number 4, Sepulveda. Back to Jurado. And now brought ahead by Vasquez. Vasquez across for Sepulveda. This is clipped forward. Promising ball. Cordova on the end of it. Defended by Arriaga. The cross is in. Garcia is there for Honduras to break it up. And now cleared away by Arriaga. A nice move by Rodriguez, but couldn't get out of pressure. And now Mexico into the attacking third. It's Antuna to the byline. The cross clipped in and headed over the end line by Melendez, out of danger. But it will be a Mexico corner kick, their first of the half. How about that touch to take it down in control by Antuna? Just brilliant. And now here comes the corner kick for the home side. It's an in-swinging delivery by Angulo. Headed clear, but Mexico not done. Angulo back for Aguirre. Aguirre floats one in. Bouncing ball, controlled in the end by Vasquez. Back outside the box with Cordova. Now Antuna. Antuna with a good cutback onto his left foot. Great ball in by Antuna, but at the near post, it's headed away by Garcia. And there's a shove from behind by Cordova. And a free kick awarded to Honduras to escape that siege by Mexico. '63rd minute now. As the goal kick will be taken by Alex Guiti. Guiti, the Honduran goalkeeper. And this game's really going to come down to, I think, who's stronger mentally. You know, it's been a grueling tournament. You know, this is what, the fifth? Yeah, it's the fifth game in 12 days for Mexico, the fifth in 11 days for Honduras. That's a lot of soccer in a short amount of time. It was 2 days in between games for the group stage, and then just 1 day between the semifinals and the final tonight. Honduras record in CONCACAF Olympic qualifiers since 2008 against Mexico: no wins, no draws, 4 losses. Against everyone else, 11 wins, 3 draws, and 1 loss. They've been spectacular against everyone but Mexico. Against Mexico, the struggles have been real, though, for Honduras. They've had no luck whatsoever. But here's an opportunity to break that 4-game losing streak in these Olympic qualifiers against Mexico for Honduras. Looks like Esquivel is set to come on for Mexico, and what will be the third change of the game by Jaime Lozano, the manager of this Mexico U23 side. And it looks like we have an offsides. I'm not sure. Maybe an off-the-ball foul. Either way, it'd be a free kick for Mexico going out. That's sent out wide by Cervantes. Here's the cross all the way through. It'll find Antuna at the edge of the box. Antuna floats one in. Headed in the air by Arriaga. Honduras looking to clear, as it's controlled here by Decas and finally cleared through midfield. 65 minutes in, 25 to go. No score between Honduras and Mexico in the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final from Zapopan at Estadio Akron. All right, here comes that, Honduras will right now make a substitution. So Mexico will hold up on their third change, but Honduras will make their third change in the meantime. We'll see who will be making way. It will be Douglas Martinez coming off, and it's Rigoberto Rivas coming on. Rivas, who plays in Italy in Serie B, came over for the rest of this tournament late in the middle of the tournament. Oh, there's a strike from distance just wide. And did Jurado get a glove to it? He just might have. Let's see the replay here. Oh, great combination play by Honduras. And yeah, a brilliant save by Jurado. He's come up big a couple of times now in the second half. And here comes the ensuing corner kick for Honduras. Tell you what, at the moment, Honduras appear to be the ones inching closer to the opening goal, more so than Mexico. And now Mexico will make their third and fourth substitution as a matter of fact. A double change on the way. It looks like Aguirre will be one of the players exiting. So Aguirre will be replaced by Esquivel. And also, we will see Ricardo Angulo come off for Alexis Vega. So those are the two changes made by Mexico. The third and fourth substitution of the game. Cross to the back post. But it's defended nicely by Mexico, and a free kick will be awarded to them. Three quarters through this one, and still no goals. Yeah, the foul called against, I should say, Luis Palma. Here's Jose Garcia for Honduras. This is out for a throw-in. Mexico's way this time. 0-0 in Zapopan, the final of this 12-day tournament in Guadalajara. Well, the Guadalajara area. Estadio Jalisco, the other venues for this tournament in the city. This stadium, Estadio Akron, just outside of Guadalajara in the suburbs. Here's Cordova. Oh, nice return by Vega. The cross in. There to send it away was Decas. Esquivel out wide. Sent ahead, a bouncing ball, edge of the box. And Macias looking to control it. But the pass intended for Antuna couldn't get there. And Rivas has his pocket stripped. And that will be a foul against Honduras. Free kick for Mexico in a promising position. The crowd certainly getting into it. Yeah, definitely a foul against Dicas. And set pieces, maybe the key factor in this match at the end of the day when all is said and done, because there haven't been many opportunities in the run of play for either team. 20 minutes to play, and here comes the free kick. It'll be Vega to deliver. He just came in as a sub moments ago. Good ball in, the one-time strike, save, the rebound, put away, but the flag is up, and it will not count. J.J. Macias thought he had his goal, but it will not count. Great ball to the penalty spot. The original shot saved. Macias putting it away on the rebound, off the crossbar and in, but he was in an offside position according to the assistant referee. And remember, there's no VAR in this competition. Let's look back at the replay. The original strike, a powerful one. Guiti made the save, and then, it did appear as though the assistant referee had a good eye on it. Macias just in front of the back line. The last defender of Honduras. Right decision in the end. And we remain scoreless with 20 minutes to play. Good work by Vega, winning it for Mexico. Oh, Honduras win it back. Here's a strike from distance. Oh, what a goal! Honduras grabbed the lead. It's Edwin Rodriguez with an absolute stunner. And how about that? The crowd is silenced in Mexico, and the hosts trail to the underdogs. Wow. A thing of beauty from Edwin Rodriguez. An absolute bullseye. And now it'll be interesting to see how Mexico reacts. An attempted clearance taken away in the middle, and then Rodriguez did the rest. A brilliant left-footed strike, perfectly placed to the far post, laces through the ball, and there was no way that was going to be saved by Jurado. It's Honduras 1, Mexico 0. An interesting development after the 71st minute goal from Rodriguez. Well, as much as I want to do the rest of this game, folks, I do have to get up pretty early tomorrow for school, so I will have to put a wrap on this broadcast. I'm glad I got to call that goal, though. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this one plays out for sure in the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying final. But we do know both teams are through to the Olympics, so at least it's not, a game where the stakes are that high at all. Of course, both teams looking to win a trophy, in Honduras might be able to pull it off. We'll see, but that will put a wrap on my broadcast as I'm Samuel Reese signing off saying, so long. Hope you enjoyed. Mexico trailing Honduras 1-0, 73 minutes in. We'll see how they respond in the final quarter hour plus. We shall see. I've enjoyed commentating the CONCACAF Olympic qualifiers, folks. See you next time. Bye for now.